What up? Welcome, world. Welcome, world.
Welcome,
Welcome, world.
world. Welcome,
That's
welcome,
tough to say. Say that three
welcome.
times fast.
Hey, if I'm not mistaken, I'm talking cash money. You know what today? Both of y'all lost this weekend,
I don't want to talk about it.
and I beat the Saints.
This your
I
first
beat the
win, and
Saints.
this your first win in how long?
Listen here, it don't matter. I beat the Saints. I'm one
Okay.
and one.
Okay.
Luckily, the Cowboys ain't on my schedule this year. I'm one and one. I beat the Saints. Talking cash money. You know what? Sugar honey iced tea.
Good for you. Congratulations.
And I still might win my division. What you talking about?
If y'all win the division, first of all, y'all division is trash.
I mean, we just got to beat Baltimore. We just got to beat Baltimore. That's it.
That's the only real foe that you guys have is Baltimore.
Just got to beat Baltimore. That's it.
You know what's crazy is that all of the East Conference team on the AFC and the NFC
are
nothing to mess with, and the West Conference is complete trash.
Yeah, with talk about with the Raiders and all them.
Yeah, AFC and NFC West is trash.
Well, I mean, hey, look, if you don't want to see the 49ers right now, nobody want you. Once their defense is healthy and they got Chris McCaffrey, say them boys was looking nice last night.
They're 5-4 now, right?
Yeah.
Did y'all catch the bit? We're gonna get into the topic of this episode in a second.
Buffalo
Vikings game.
Game.
My God. Oh my God.
Oh, how the mighty have fallen.
First of all, both teams. Great job.
Yeah.
Great job. Phenomenal game. The most exciting game of the season. For sure. For me, at least.
I love it. I
thought it was because, and it was one of those things where it was like, I just love the game of football for this.
That was borderline Super Bowl kind of matchup right there, how they were playing.
But you know what's crazy though? It was more so about the mistakes. They kept making mistakes. Both teams. Kirk Cousins threw two interceptions. Josh Allen threw two interceptions.
Framberg. I was just like, damn, Josh. Damn.
That's our
one of those things like, why? I mean, what? It was just one of those games where it was like, what up, Mo? What
money?
Why are you making that face?
You was lagging.
It was lagging.
Oh, was I?
Yeah, big time, major.
I was like, man, I haven't started drinking yet. Why does Rob sound like that?
You know, it's that Taylor.
Sound like I'm on lean or something.
No, it ain't the Taylor. It ain't the Taylor port. That's just the the Wi-Fi. You know what I'm saying? Wi-Fi don't like me sometimes. I'm certain of it.
Yeah, amen.
But yeah, that was an incredible game.
Very
incredible game. Shouts out to both teams, Buffalo and Minnesota. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to an all new episode of the Perfectly Balanced Podcast. It's just a panel of brown people having good conversations over here. Let's get right into the topic for today.
Amen.
The title of this episode is Spoiler Alert. And it's spoiler alert for a reason. If you have not seen Black Panther opening weekend, number one, I'm gonna need you to exit stage left if you do not want to hear some spoilers, because we about to spoil it.
Yeah.
Exit now. We give you some time. We give you a little bit of time. You got 5 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Y'all, listen. Mo said, Wakanda forever.
Hold on. First of all, before you get started, Rob, the director of Wakanda Forever, he basically Ryan Coogler said the name choice was because of, and I quote, PhD, that album came out in 2000, one of the greatest albums of hip hop history. Wu-Tang Forever. And he said that was the inspiration for the title because of Wu-Tang. Wu-Tang forever.
Mm-hmm. I love that.
You
okay.
Cats out there.
Okay.
I guess I succumbed to the Taylor Port gang today. So
good. Peer pressure. It works.
Not to me.
Pressure. Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, Tom, first of all, Taylor Port don't even give you that. You don't even.
Well,
like,
if it's not cold,
if
it's not cold, it'll hit you. It's right here.
Oh, yours. You ain't got yours cold?
Nope.
Mine staying
room temperature, baby. Room temperature.
I keep mine chill.
That's what makes it potent.
Yeah, you can have that. You can have that. All right, so
we gave y'all enough time to get out of here if you
we gave y'all plenty of time to get out of here. If you
first and foremost
still here and you didn't see the movie, you wanna hear the spoilers. Let's just keep that real.
Yeah. Keep that
safe. First and foremost, out of 5 stars, what are we going with?
6.
I'm going 4.5. 4.5.
I am literally going 3.5 stars out of 5.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
You know what? Okay.
Well, you know what? I'm with you on that one because I'm with you on that one because we did have a conversation. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. Yeah.
It's not an average movie. It is above average. It's just I gotta say it was too long.
What?
I think it was a little too long. On top of that,
I needed it to be that long. I needed it to be that long.
You know what? It was a little too long, and certain scenes were dragged out that did not need to be dragged out. The second downfall of the movie was the movie could have done by itself without Riri Williams in it. I think they did a disservice to her character.
I think that was okay for me.
So Riri Williams was a waste. Like they did not do as much as they needed to do to set her up to be in the movie. Shouldn't. Yeah.
So here's what you got to realize: the Marvel Cinematic Universe, Phase 5. She's got her own movie.
She's got her own show,
so
right?
That sets up that. So we had to introduce her in a way that it's not so much introduction where the movie is focused on her. You see what I'm saying?
I understand that, but you can cameo future characters that you're going to have in the movie and not have them take over. This has been the theme of Phase 4, and I get that that's what Phase 4 is all about: is introducing the new guard and kind of mixing the two of the universes. I'm not saying that you shouldn't have Riri Williams. I'm just saying Riri Williams' character has a lot of depth, and they just scratched the surface, and they kind of made her annoying a little bit, a lot, as a comedic trope.
Yeah,
she's a very serious character. If you have any of her comic books, I have all of her comic books. By the way, I'm a huge Riri Williams fan. When she came out in 2008, I have all of her comics. The way that they did her Iron Man suit was subpar. Again, I'm very, very hard in judging on this. Other than that, it was perfect.
Okay,
it was a good memorial.
I will give you. Okay, so I don't discount the movie for how they introduced Riri Williams. I don't discount it for that. simply because I know what's coming next. Most say he gives it 5 stars. I agree.
Yep. I know coming out of the theater. So coming out of the theater, it was 5 stars, but I had some time to sit on it and kind of look through.
And he was like, "That was some BS."
And then I was like, you know what? I opened up one of my comic books. I was like, man, y'all did my girl wrong. They did my girl wrong. And then there was some other.
Look at what. See, here's my thing, because I love Riri Williams as well. And funny enough, my wife, when we was watching it, she was like, she's seen it. She was like, oh. I know. But I think the fact that they scratched the surface for me was good for me. It was the same way we introduced T'Challa in Captain America and Winter Soldier.
Yeah,
it was the same way.
No, that was
first Black Panther. Black Panther had
Civil War.
So much
War. It was Civil War.
Was it Civil War?
Yeah, it was Civil War.
It was introduced in Civil War, and he had he had an even.
He did not have a backstory.
He didn't even have a
bigger backstory. All they gave him was his father got killed, and that's it. He wants revenge. That was it.
But you understood what was going on with him, and he had skin in the game. Riri Williams was just there. She was the reason all of this happened. She was a MacGuffin. She was an Infinity Stone that they were chasing. And when you put a character to that type of trope, it's a disservice to the character overall. She was a MacGuffin.
I totally disagree.
I totally disagree. And it was a waste of something. It was a waste of something. And the thing is in Marvel movies, they're always chasing after an object. So this was the first time where they had to try to save a character. And they were reaching way too much. And then on top of that, you come to find out she wasn't even the one that they needed to even go after, because she didn't even create it to begin with.
Shots out.
She did create it.
No, Rob, hold on.
I thought she created it.
PhD, we gotta give credit to who hipped us up on this. 12-year-old little girl.
12-year-old little girl hooked us up on game. She was paying attention the entire movie. My niece, his daughter,
Jane Carly Graves. She called it.
She was like, oh, so the professor stole her idea. So she did it as a project. Professor stole the idea, sold it to the CIA.
Right.
An unnamed professor. Who is that unnamed professor? Now, again, this is probably the coldest thing that Marvel has ever done in a movie, highlighting about the future. An unnamed professor who is known for going after not adamantium, vibranium, is Dr. Doom.
Victor Von Doom.
The
puzzle piece is still not coming to Rob. Look, it's still not coming to him yet. Look, Rob, let me list you up on game. MIT, think about it. And Victor Von Doom is a doctor. Victor Von Doom is a professor at MIT.
Yes. Him and Reed Richards went to the same school.
Let that sink in for a little bit.
Wait a minute.
Look, yes. I didn't see it yet. See, now you got to go back and watch it.
No. Hold on. So
this is the second issue. Second issue, hardback. I brought this baby out. And guess on the front.
Victor Von Doom.
Ironheart.
Yeah, and think about it. At the end, think about it. What she's telling her, hey, the suit has to stay here in Wakanda. We're sending you back to Chicago, to MIT.
Yeah.
Right. But So I got the fact. So y'all are saying that the unnamed professional is Victor Von Doom.
Mm-hmm.
Victor Von Doom, though. Remember? Wait. Where was he? No. Hold on. I'm trying to put it together. So okay, I have to watch Fantastic Four because the last I heard of Victor Von Doom was the first Fantastic Four, and the dude got melted in the street.
So the thing is the previous Fantastic Four movies are not canonical,
right?
And they have nothing to do with the story of what's going on now. They're solely basing everything loosely off of the comic books. So everything from 2008 up until now, like Civil War, Infinity War, Secret Invasion, all of that stuff is all based off of the comics that are really recent. And the thing that's going on right now is Victor Von Doom. He's the one that's going to meld the two stories that we got going on right now. So right now we have a mystical side, so Doctor Strange and everything that's going on with him, and then the multiverse of all that stuff. So you got the multiverse and all that stuff going on with Kang. Then you have the street level stuff that's going on, plus like everything that's happening in Wakanda with regular science. Dr. Von Doom is a mixture of both. He's a man of science and a man of magic. So he's a magic and a scientific user. When Iron Man died in the comics, Victor Von Doom took the persona and took over the technology of Tony Stark and started building his own actual Iron Man machines or Doom bots. Started building up his own Doom bot army, and he's like the primary like guy to fight over the Avengers. The one way that they could do it is him searching for vibranium. Vibranium helps power all of his weapons. That's the scientific side of everything. Where he lives and where he comes from, he's a duke, or not a duke, but a basically owns his own. So in this country is somewhat close to Sokovia in the comic books.
Look that. That's all way though right there.
Hold on.
Wait. Look at him. That is coming full circle now.
Here it comes. So what happened in Sokovia in during
whole city dropped.
Whole city dropped. What did Ultron use to drop that whole city? He used vibranium. Right? He used vibranium.
Oh, and think about it, Rob. Remember they said they found vibranium in Russia.
They found vibranium in Russia.
Yeah.
So
and that's how he was able to do the
look at him.
Here's another thing. So Victor Von Doom has been in the background since the second Avengers movies. He's been in the background, like putting all the pieces together. He's the one that's going to be behind putting the these Dark Avengers together, and it's going to be the Thunderbolts. So the Thunderbolt team is being run by somebody in the background that has government pull or has resources. That person behind the resources is going to be revealed to be Dr. Doom. Because he's trying to get the vibranium. And if you watch the movie, who was trying to get the vibranium for him? It was Valentina, Mrs. Hydra. Valentina
look at him. I love it.
Valentina is putting together a team like the Avengers right now. So she's already got Black Widow. So together, she's already got. If you've seen the Captain America or Bucky and Winter Soldier,
Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Falcon and Winter Soldier. She was in it.
She got the U.S. agent.
Got U.S. agent already.
You got the assassin.
Yep. You got she is the Nick Fury of that group.
Wait, hold on, PhD. I don't think Rob notices. If you watch the She-Hulk version show, they got the blood from She-Hulk.
They already have She-Hulk's blood. All they need to do.
Only saw a couple episodes of She-Hulk.
Yep.
Now all they need to do is, and guess who they're going to give it to?
Ross. Thunderbolt Ross.
Not Everett Ross. Thunderbolt Ross. And he becomes the Red Hulk.
Brandon said Norman Osborn formed the Thunderbolts.
Norman Osborn does.
Hold up. So
his head's about to explode.
Okay, so here we go. Let me put this shit together. Let's tally.
He's right. In the comic books, Norman Osborn does form the Thunderbolts, but we don't really have the Oscorp into it, and that's a part of the Spider-Man universe. So Sony's got that on lock. They won't release that character just yet until Spider-Man is actually fully fledged, in the MCU and all of his characters and all of his villains. Mm-hmm. They won't lean on Oscorp and Osborn. The back weight of doing it is
let's get back to Black Panther.
So we're jumping way ahead in the future.
We went down the rabbit hole quickly.
I'm not Rob. Me and PhD already been down. We're knee deep, way down. We've
already had conversations 10 years in the future about the MCU already.
Look, it started. Like I said, I give credit to my daughter because she picked it up in the movie theaters, and it wasn't until I did credit I was just like, "You're right, you're freaking right."
That's why I give it such a pretty high rating. But they just did my one of my favorite characters wrong. I felt like personally attacked about that.
So that was personal for you.
It was personal for me. So the rating is personal, and it's what do I really rate the movie? If I take that personal feelings out of it, it's definitely a 5 out of 5. Honestly, okay. If I take personal feelings aside, it's a 5 out of 5. But
so here's how I felt about the movie. So first of all, I love the fact that because we came into it, watched all the previews, and it just started. It wasn't no music or anything. It just started, and I was like, because I thought it was another preview. This is it. Okay, we in it now. All right, cool. So I like that, right? And then there was no Marvel fanfare. There's no Marvel fanfare. How the intro to all Marvel movies starts. There was none of that. It was Chadwick Boseman's dedication of everything, not even everything that he's done in Marvel. Everything he's done as himself. Here. Also pictured into the mural of the Marvel logo. So it was a dedication to him. The whole entire movie was Brandon said I'm out because I ain't seen it yet. I told you to get out of here. Get out of here, Brandon. I told you earlier, get out. If you ain't seen it, this episode called spoiler alert.
Yes, that's why it's called spoiler alert. And we wasted so much time just talking about future shit and not really talking about the movie just for this moment because, oh damn.
Yeah.
Rob,
so we definitely went down a rabbit hole. But anyway, so look. So the first part of the movie, I love the fact that they just showed the amount of respect that they showed for him at the beginning and at the end was just I loved it. I loved it, and I was like, yes, that is well deserved, right?
So there are some people that have problems with that.
Why? What problem can you have with that?
Yeah, that's what I thought. But there are people, there are critics on TikTok all over the place. They're saying that You shouldn't have
Keep
used.
commenting. Wakanda forever.
You shouldn't have used Chadwick Boseman passing as a trope to kill off the character T'Challa. But the thing is
what did you want?
People, what those critics don't understand is that Chadwick Boseman, to everybody else who loves the MCU, he's not just a character. Chadwick Boseman is the Black Panther. We all lost the Black Panther. Period. Yeah. That's how we feel.
It wasn't just in the movie. It was real world.
It was.
Yeah. It was real world. We lost the Black Panther.
We lost him twice. We lost him in the movie, and we lost him in real life. That's how and that's how powerful the intro of that movie was, and the funeral scene. And I was like, so like when it first came on, I was like, okay, I already know what's gonna happen. Let me prepare myself for it.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, I want to know like what actually happened. So it was unknown disease, and what's crazy is how they did it in the movie.
Is how it happened in reality.
How it happened in real life.
That's what I said.
Except for the part where it's unknown. So he didn't tell anybody. So T'Challa didn't tell anybody that he was sick. He didn't want anybody to know about it. He knew that he was sick. He knew that he was going to die. He didn't want anybody to know about it. He had plans in place for all of it. Shuri was trying to save his life at the very last minute, and she couldn't. And that's what
said. It was heavy. It was heavy, but much needed to move forward. Facts.
It definitely was. It was definitely needed to move forward. And at the end of everything, at the end of the whole movie, I say we recast Chadwick Boseman now. I think it's time. I think we need a Black Panther.
But
you have the ability to now with his son.
We have the ability. We have the ability.
With the way that you did the end, you have now the ability to come back and say, "This is T'Challa."
Spoiler alert!
Spoiler alert!
That is out. So I'll let y'all have that. Like I said, the reason why I gave it a 3.5, and I'm a visual guy. I said 4, but then I had to think about the conversation me and PhD had literally Friday afternoon on my lunch break. And I stand true to my 3.5 because, like I said, I'm a visual guy. I love plots and story, but I'm also like, I want to see background. I want to see details. Exactly. I want to see actually. So I can't, forgive me if I'm pronouncing this wrong. It was Talokan. Talokan. Yeah. So Talokan, which is the city, the home where Namor is. I needed more visual effect because it was so dark, even though it was in the depths, literally deep down. I needed more light because I couldn't tell detail wise. Okay, how what is it? Yes, I see it, but I'm not saying I needed the same color effect that Aquaman had, but I needed a little bit more brightness in there.
But that so here's what you just said. That's what would have happened. Had you brightened it up, you would have gotten Aquaman. Yes. Right? And so the problem with brightening it is, first of all, you don't get the depth of the ocean and how deep they were.
And how dark.
You don't get it. And then on top of that, when he says, I brought the sun to my people in the darkest parts of the ocean, that it brought that out to where it's like, okay, we can only be around. Yeah. So
around this source of light to actually, it makes you understand, and it makes you kind of like, okay, hey, it isn't bright down here.
Yeah. It ain't shallow water that you can just swim to.
They're in the depths of the sea, like the deepest,
and
darkest.
He even said, like, in order to even go toward my city, as a human, it will crush every bone in your body.
On your body, yeah.
And so that's we're talking about the deepest part of the ocean within the tallest mountain in the world. So
deeper than that. Deeper than that.
Oh yeah, no,
it's like 4 times deeper than that. So we're talking about 30,000 feet in the sky. We're talking about 3 times that below. So we're that's a people can't even breathe up on Mount Kilimanjaro.
So then it brought into another a big question. The fact that, like you said, if you paid attention, it said 1755 AD, or was it 1375 AD? It might, but 1375 AD. Vibranium was here in 1375 AD.
So the Talokan, the city, discovered vibranium before the Wakandans did.
Yeah.
So they have more experience with vibranium than the actual Wakandans. Then we also find out that the rock, the piece of vibranium that broke up, wasn't the only piece.
Yeah, that is a huge part of it.
And then that actually is the part of the story that you could have built something else off of and not involve Riri Williams. Now, if you wanted to bring Riri Williams into it, there was a way other than trying to save her from being killed by Namor. Like Namor you made him really.
So here's the thing though. That wasn't her. I felt like that wasn't her only role. So Riri Williams, right?
Okay.
She's introduced not only as the way she said, how long did it take you to build? A couple months. Months. Like that lets you know this is not. She's in the comic. She's smarter than.
Yes.
The Mr. What's his name? Mr. Fantastic.
Richard Reed. Reed Richards.
Reed Richards. He's supposed to be the smartest man in the world, right?
Right. She's actually T'Challa is the smartest man in the world. But yeah, Reed Richards is second after T'Challa.
Yep.
Yeah. But so with that lets you know, number one, she's not just some damsel in distress. She is someone who is a formidable foe because she has her brains to back her. So though she may not be able to fight physically and do all that stuff, she outsmarts you. So, and the fact that she's able to create these marvelous machines in, a snap versus the smartest minds, is something that is incredible. And
she pulled an Iron Man 1. She built a suit in a cave with a box of scraps. That was the best part. Like if you would have had a little bit more time in MIT and all we needed to do was 5 more minutes of getting character depth in her. That's why I said the movie was too long. You wasted too much time. You could have spent more time developing Riri just a little bit more and spent more time in Talokan showing off what's going on there. And you could have did more in Wakanda. So this was my thing. Like you could have spent more time in Wakanda. There was not as much action. There was a lot of dialogue, which is not bad. The dialogue was needed. The dialogue was great. Like the banter between
Shuri and the dude in the mountains. I forget his name.
M'Baku. So
M'Baku.
Yeah. So M'Baku had a bigger role than ever in this movie compared to the other movie. He's a fan favorite, honestly. I need more M'Baku. M'Baku is now the king of Wakanda.
He needs his own story.
He needs his own story. The midnight. What are they called? The
Shadari midnight. They had the blue suits on. There was only two of them.
They're actually, I wasn't expecting the Midnight Sisters, something like that. I think that's what their group is called. I didn't expect that. That was a good thing.
And they're basically what? They're her woman personal guards. They're her assassins or whatever you want to call them. Shuri's personal guards.
So they are the special forces of the Dora Milaje. So it's another even more refined and secretive group within. So they're actually assassins. So the Dora Milaje are only to protect the crown. Anybody, family of the crown, and whenever they go abroad or inside of the city, they protect them. The Midnight Sisters are actual or special force of the Dora Milaje who go out and actually attack clandestine. But having them in it was a great bonus. That gives a little bit of hint of what we're going to get for Okoye's TV show that we're going to get in the future. If you didn't know that, that's actually happening.
Yep. It's coming.
Yeah. What else? We got. Oh, okay. Now let's talk about Shuri. What about Shuri and her being the Black Panther? Do you think that the story was enough focused on her to give her the title of Black Panther? Do you think that was enough, or you think it was too little? Or
yes.
Was just...
I think what they did was just enough because the reason that he said it was needed because you needed to feel how Shuri felt when she became Black Panther in order to understand why and how she's fighting Namor. So I think with the background that they gave her for and the her, oh, we all hated the moment when Mama Panther,
Yes. So Queen Mother, killing off Queen Mother is the worst decision that they made in the movie. That I deducted a half a point off just for that.
So you just is it just because it was Angela Bassett, or because you didn't like that they killed off Queen Mother?
Both. Like how are you going to kill off everybody in the family and just leave Shuri by herself? Like no, there's hardly any character growth to happen in the story with just like who does Shuri have to go to now? Like she has no one, and that's crazy. You're stacking
that's
up.
But that's part of the feat. So she would not have
crazy?
After Namor.
So hold on. So you mean to tell me the only character in all of the MCU don't have nobody to help them at all?
Counseling.
You wipe out their whole fucking family. Oh, my bad.
Yeah, that's a talent.
Yeah, you wipe out the whole family. Nobody else had that. Nobody else had. They have somebody that they can depend on to help
look
them
at
out.
this.
Major character, major supporting character.
But here, listen. So you now have Shuri now has to lean on what's the spy?
Nakia.
She now can lean on Nakia because she is now technically family.
Right.
Family.
Boom. But Nakia's an outcast. She's been banned as an outcast.
She's not an outcast. That was purposely done by T'Challa.
So check this out. All right. Now, this is how you grow Shuri's character. She cuts ties to the throne. She gives M'Baku king of Wakanda in the daily activities, and she takes full on the duties of the Black Panther.
Yep.
She puts her scientific mind aside, and she passes it on to Riri to help her out with as far as running the scientific branch of Wakanda.
Mm-hmm.
she can be Black Panther full time and handle the duties of the Black Panther by protecting the border and protecting Wakanda and protecting, sources and leaks of vibranium by using the Midnight Daughters,
sisters, whatever,
to recon and assess everything of that nature. She has to refortify, Wakanda overall. She because she's the protector. She is the protector.
Yeah, because Namor has exposed Wakanda.
Yeah,
he exposed.
And the world knows that Wakanda has been attacked.
Well, but think about it. They don't know where though. No,
they don't know by who or from where.
No, they don't know who attacked them. They just know somebody attacked Wakanda, and that's what Valentina was talking about. She was like, you know what? Somebody attacked them. I don't know who knows who. You must know something. You didn't really want to say anything, but whatever it is, you're getting locked up. Everett Ross, and it was in Wakanda's best interest to free Everett Ross so they can use him as a mole and protect Wakanda
and Namor,
and protect Namor subsequently.
Yeah, and I felt like so we keep going down these rabbit holes.
No, there's a lot of there's a whole bunch of death in the movie. So it had a lot of depth, a lot of innuendos that built the story all by itself and snowballed it. That the story, perfect, magnifique. It's just the execution of certain things. I was like,
no, I felt like it was done perfectly. I feel like Ryan Coogler did exactly what he was supposed to do. He was supposed to scratch the surface with a bunch of different characters, stay focused on who the Black Panther is, and that's exactly what he did. He accomplished his mission, and while showing tribute to Chadwick Boseman
and building Namor's character as well. So he did all of that. Yeah. All I'm saying is, you didn't have to do all the extra stuff. You could have did
what was
all. Extra? Okay, so like I said, I already said what I said was extra. The other thing is Shuri should have had a little bit more fight scenes as the Black Panther. That was lacking there. So her fight scene with
who? She ain't mad at nobody else.
Her scene when she was fighting at the city, there was probably a minute of her in action using the suit. M'Baku had more scenes fighting than Shuri did.
Yeah, okay.
Come on now.
I agree, but see, here I agree, but think about why. Her brother was T'Challa. Her brother was Black Panther. She wasn't trained. He's been training his whole life to be Black. She wasn't. She wasn't even thinking about it. Does she know how to fight? Sure.
Should I get him? Should I get him? Should I get him? Should I get him?
Hit him.
Wait a minute. Let me finish.
Get him. Get him.
When you ingest the heart-shaped herb,
you get the strength and all that. Yeah, I know.
The knowledge and the fighting ability of all the previous Black Panthers. That's why when she came out, listen, she didn't have to know it. Once she ingested it and went to the ancestral plane, who did she see? Eric. She saw Killmonger.
My guy.
Yeah,
he saw Killmonger.
Dope as hell, by the way.
Which was dope. That was the dopest shit ever. She's like, you don't need your brother. You don't need T'Challa. You wanted me.
Make sure you mark that tally though. By the way.
Oh, I did. Okay.
Yeah.
Say it. If you wanted to be like your brother, he would be here right now. But it's not.
He said, "You want to be your brother? You want to handle business."
Yes.
You want to handle business.
And so that's exactly what she did. And the way that she was fighting Namor at the end, she was all about business. And it wasn't until her mother stopped her. It was like, hey, show him who you are.
Who you are. Yeah.
Show him who you are. And I was like, that's
because I'm about to
She's like,
right.
understood. And if she would have killed Namor, you would completely would have understood it.
Absolutely.
She said that at the very beginning. She's like, I want to watch the world burn.
Yeah.
If I have to
wait.
The whole world to feel better for the passing of my brother, I will. You don't want me to be a Black Panther.
So think about it. She said that in the beginning when Mother Queen and Namor was listening the whole time.
I heard you say
the whole time.
Yeah.
I heard what you said.
I thought it was like,
you want to, hey, I'm just trying to help you make it burn, baby.
Hey, you said make it burn. But you know what's crazy though? This is the second Black Panther that an opposing character has tried to kill the whole world. Like,
no, Killmonger wasn't trying to kill the whole world. He was just trying to kill all the colonizers.
No, Killmonger wanted to kill off all the white folks.
He wanted to kill all the colonizers. That's all he wanted to do.
That's the whole world. He wanted to watch the world burn and rebuild it with just Black folks.
Right.
Which, I mean, and like we all understood to his point.
We understand. We get it.
You know what I'm saying? I'm starting to think these villains might be
Thanos was right.
Thanos was right.
He was right.
Hey, everybody want to be the bad guy till it's time when the bad guy be like, told you.
No.
I told you.
Like, how many bad guys is gonna be like purify this world? Purify this world.
This is how you do villains in superhero movies. You don't just make them bad for no fucking reason. Damn.
You give them a good cause. Yeah.
You give them a good cause that gives them depth and conflict. You're like, man, this isn't right, but I understand.
Somebody got to do it. Somebody has to do the dirty work. And like I said, it goes all the way back to the first freaking Avengers movie. I'll do it myself. That boy said, I'll do it myself. I think about it. And Rob, he froze. So yeah. Oh, there you go. He got it back. So think about it. Thanos put Loki in place to try to take over Earth and try to colonize Earth. Right. Like, didn't work. All right, well, hey, they got some fighters now. Guardians of the Galaxy. All right, hey, Power Stone. Dang, I put what Ronan the Conqueror in place. He couldn't get it done. All right.
The second one, his daddy was a universe creator. And he was about to take over all of it.
Yeah, he was about to take over the entire universe. Like, he was definitely like Guardians of the Galaxy 2 was trash, in my opinion, honestly.
I
totally forget about that movie.
It was too soon.
But
Ego was too soon.
Yeah. But okay, back to Black Panther. Okay. What was another thing that was super memorable about it? Okay, hold on. Dialogue. So scripts and funny moments that were in the movie were great, spot on. There weren't any bad jokes in it. My favorite one is "You bald-headed demon."
You
look like you got ash on the top of your head.
Yo,
that was good, dude.
That was a good one.
You bald-headed demon. That was I think one of the funniest lines of the whole movie.
One of the funniest
lines. The most memorable part for me was when Shuri comes down. She, when she first drops in as Black Panther, right? And she was talking to M'Baku by herself, and she goes, she switches from asking for help to "You're gonna help me."
Yeah. Right. Oh, say
it. To me, I was like, "Here we go." Hey, handle this.
That was Killmonger on her shoulder. Like,
yeah,
no, you're the Black Panther and you're a queen.
Yeah, you gonna help me. That understood. And M'Baku goes, "All right."
Oh,
he has some balls. That's it.
So here's another trope that I keep hearing around the internet or interwebs, saying that it was too many female leads in the entire movie, and it was Woman King 2.0. And to say to that, I do not agree whatsoever, because there was not one character where the movie focused on, and there were no what were they called, Mary Sue's, where a character gets power for no apparent reason, because Okoye got her butt spanked. The way she got hit by that pole on the bridge.
That move, I said it during the movie. First of all, I'm sitting next to two white girls, right? And from the right side, two white girls on the left, right? And they fighting, right? And he do that. I'm like, oh, get him. And then he does that move. I said, ooh, good move. Ooh, that's a good move. I can't even argue that. That's a good move. I can't even
argue. And the show her actually getting waxed like that, I was like, yo, she's not even super powered. She doesn't even have a heart shape, and she ate that lamb. Like hitting vibranium with her, getting hit by her own spear, full force. That clean knocked out. Like that's amazing.
She built different for sure.
Okoye is built different.
I can't get over that move, because when I seen it, I thought I was like, she
believe it. I didn't believe it. And I was like, yo, okay, so there goes right there. There was no Mary Sueing going on here, because all the characters got their butts whooped. They were dealing with turmoil. They were dealing with being fired for real life consequences.
I did not like that they fired Okoye.
I didn't like it either. But it needed
to. She said she had to do it.
Yeah, she had to do it. And it made you feel like, wow, she's not playing no games. But if I understand why, because she's and then that moment that she had, she was like, my entire family is gone. It's gone. I don't know if she's alive at all. I don't know if she's alive or not. And you have
and for the dude, coming to her defense. Old boy came to her defense and was like, she stood against her own husband when he went against Wakanda. Like, yeah, but she can still visit him. Like, ooh,
God, yeah, you're right. I can't.
Right, and then like if I'm coming to her defense, I'm on the side like.
But think about, but look, my boy Baku said it. Where was this council when Killmonger? Y'all voted on Killmonger. Remember, y'all made all this stuff happen. This is the reason why we ain't got no heart-shaped bird.
Right? Don't talk smack now. You know what I'm saying? Y'all wanted this, and now all of a sudden you want to be. We need to decide. No.
And now you want to break the rules,
right?
When it comes to that, but when Killmonger, when you let him take the throne. And you're talking about I'm here to protect the throne. I can't go up against the throne.
Right.
Now you want to switch sides, Okoye. So where was that energy? So I'm queen. I got to do what I got to do, because you did what you got to do. You're fired. Yeah. You're fired.
Yeah. That's my Vince McMahon right there, baby.
What I did. So like I understood it wholeheartedly, but it was just one of those things where it's like, can you really fault her for Shuri being gone? Like, when first of all, baby girl was fighting 5 people.
She bodied 3 of them. She bodied 3 of them, and they got up and hopped back in the water.
3 of them she bodied.
Yeah, 3 of them she caught a body.
Bodied 3. And then the 4th dude, old big swole cock diesel mug, you know what I'm saying?
He's like, you know what? He's like, hey, I want some of that. He's like, okay.
You were the opponent.
Yeah.
And then wearing those.
As far as fight scenes go, Okoye had all of the best fight scenes.
Yeah.
Putting in work. She said,
But
"You
she
brought
always
her
does
in
though.
here?" She said, "Yeah." Like,
Yeah, Joe.
She does. So like Okoye, first of all, Okoye is that chick. She is that chick.
Yeah.
Like if ever you need somebody to like, I'm gonna call my sister, that's who you want your sister to be.
That's who.
hey, and you notice she said she repeated the same line when Chad Boban, she said, "Don't get down there and freeze. You got 5 minutes."
Mm-hmm.
And then think about it. Siri got in the room. She's just like, "Let me just go to the bathroom. I gave you 5 minutes, and we still here."
I gave you 6. I gave you 6.
Yeah.
And she said, "Hey," she straight up told her, "You can come one or two ways: unconscious, or you can roll with her."
It's up to you, baby. I'm like, I love the interaction.
Look at this little woman.
She's just like, I like her.
Like her.
All the ass on your head. And the funny thing was, I don't know if I caught it. My wife definitely did. My wife definitely caught it. She said that was Fenty 14. That's Rihanna's line. Right? That was the shade that she put on her head was Fenty number 14.
Oh, I didn't get that.
My wife caught it. She caught it instantly. She was like, Fenty 14. That's it. I was like, okay, that was a little nugget in there. I was like, okay, that's
another Easter egg. At the very end where they were rescuing Everett Ross, when Okoye was breaking him out of the prison van. If you take a look at the front license plate says CB 112676.
Oh, wow.
It said that's Chadwick Boseman, November 26, 1976.
That's birthday. That's awesome.
Awesome.
I caught that. I was like, yo, look at that.
I saw that. You over there pulling like, look, hey. I saw it.
So another thing that they did great with Riri Williams was, and I was fanboying like crazy. Nita sitting next to me, and I'm like, "That's your city."
Chicago.
Yeah. I was like, there's a deep cut right there. And then she was like, you gotta come out to Chi-Sound sometime later. And I was like, yeah. So definitely
on MIT, see where Riri Williams' dorm is at. That's the only reason you going.
No, and but yeah, having her, there were scenes that were cut from Riri Williams. There was like 5 minutes of her scenes alone that were cut from the film.
Really?
Think about it. When they come out with the unedited version and the ultra screen version, all of other versions, you're gonna get the box version. It's gonna have all the hidden scenes.
Yeah, you can actually see in the test screening of these parts. She's actually test firing the Mark II suit. She's putting together her Mark III suit for her TV show. They're supposed to show that, but they cut that from the film. And the Mark III suit looks like a little bit of an Iron Man suit plus the Mark II suit.
And the Mark II suit was the red one, right? That was in the end, in the fight scene.
Yeah,
it was real bulky and stuff. You literally, it just
it was really, really bulky and like, but that's how the iteration of suits go. Like if she would have gotten her finalized suit that's like all thin and
aerodynamic,
built like Tony Stark's suit, then it would have taken away like the building progress for her show. So I understand. I don't have any complaints about the suit. I don't have any complaints about the progression to that. So I was just wondering, I was like, man, I don't know how they're going to get better with the suit when the first suit that she came out. I was like, man, that's crazy. It's just an exoskeleton.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So okay, so before we get out of here, because time is almost up. Two things that you like. Two things you liked about the chef. I'm gonna start with you. Two things.
Namor, his combat style. He was buying everybody. You get it, buddy. You get it. You get some hands. You get some hands. Whoa, you in a spaceship? Yeah. You get some hands too.
Yeah.
That was my main. That was one of my main things I loved about it. How his combat was superb, on point. Like dude's just moving fast in the air and in the water. My second thing was the Killmonger scene. Michael B. Jordan in there, just how he just like, hey, everybody's all politically correct. Hey, you wanted me for a reason. I'm raw, uncut. Let's get this thing popping.
Yeah. I will say just off that one scene, and I'm gonna keep it pushing. I thought a small part of me wanted it to be like Chadwick Boseman's voice, not actually looking, not seeing him, just his voice talking to Shuri. A part of me wanted that, but because if I ain't gonna lie, I didn't cry the whole movie. I was good about that because normally in those emotional scenes, I might thug tear, you know what I'm saying, but I didn't. But if that would have happened, if we would have just heard Chadwick saying, "Hey Shuri," just that right there, I probably would have lost. Just to be quite honest, I probably would have lost. But okay, two things that I liked. I liked that the fact that they made it the Mayan culture, I thought was perfect. So perfect. Because it made it make sense, right? And then the how they tied in at the very, very end, how they tied in his son with everything, I thought was so well done because it waited, and the fact that they explained why she's been gone for so long and how they he prepped them for his death and all of that, like how they did that, how they brought in the explanation was perfect for me, and it gave me some closure. You know what I mean?
Definitely. So at that scene, she was getting closure for everything with T'Challa. She was finally letting go, and then being revealed to us that it's not, death is not the end. It's a stepping off point. And this was the theme from the very beginning. It's like, don't cry for me. It's a celebration. You wear white, and it's a celebration all the way through. So that's the one thing for me. Like at the very, very beginning, I cried in the beginning, and at the end,
a lot of people did.
I freaking lost it. I was fine. I was fine at the end, and I was like, okay, cool. She's about there. And then when she said, he's like, oh, Toussaint is not my real name.
It's my Haitian name.
It's my Haitian name. And then she's like, Ukubani. And I was like, no. I was like, no.
When I tell you, it wasn't dry in the room.
That's when I lost it. I was like, I couldn't hold it. I was like, yo, they fucking did it. Oh, wow. That's enough.
But yeah, that I ain't gonna lie to you. It was like right at the end when they said it. I told my wife, I was like, said that one might have got me. That one might have got me. Hold on. I had to gather myself. Like, huh? Made it. All right, I'm good. It took me. I had to catch it.
So at the very beginning, and like at the very, very, very beginning, when I think it was the actual ceremony. So like The ceremony, like I seen the ceremony in the freaking previews the entire time. Actually, no. So it was as soon as Rihanna's song came on at the end, I was like,
yeah.
yeah. I knew the song was coming. I knew the song was coming and everything. And then when it played, and I was like, oh my God.
The pause, first of all, can we just say the silent moments that they put in this movie were placed so perfectly? Just
so perfect.
And then it was funny because like we knew the song was in the movie.
You can hear a pin drop in my ear.
I mean, when I tell you so silent, but you know what pissed me off? It was a dude in there that had his phone ringer on and it kept going off. And everybody was like, turn your phone off. Turn your phone off. Right? Like I wanted to come down there and smack the crap out the back of his head.
There was a kid crying in the very beginning during the credits, and I was like, I hope this kid falls asleep, and that's what actually happened. But I didn't hear nothing else from the kid. Like during those silent scenes, it was so quiet. I was like trying not to breathe because like if I breathed, like then I would have to sniff, and then and he would have known that I was crying. I didn't want to move. Like and the dude next to me. He was holding it. He was like, I didn't want to breathe hard. I was like holding my breath and taking slow breaths. I was like, yo, this is too awkward. There were like 3 dead silent scenes in the entire movie. And I was like, God, see, this is worse than Endgame. This is worse than Endgame. It was way worse. So in Endgame, you get hit after back, like at the very last 15 minutes of the movie. Like you see Tony Stark die, and then his funeral happens, and then you're like, God, man. Then you remember that Natasha died also. You're like, shit. Totally forgot about that. Oh, and so yeah, I had a full house today, +2.
Dang.
That's what happens when
like
teleport.
That last one, like at the very end of the movie, when it was just like all you heard was the wind and the ocean crashing, and then it was the song comes on, and I'm like,
you guys got me. Like, if you don't get choked up,
I didn't cry.
If you don't get choked up in that movie at least once, you're not a Marvel fan.
Yeah, no, like
you're not a Marvel fan.
Definitely,
there's no way. There's no way that you're a Marvel fan.
Dude, the girls, the 2 white girls that was sitting to the left of me, like they were crying so much. They had to put their knees up in their feet and was going like this and trying to hold themselves. Like almost all the way through the movie, I just every so often I see the white girl go like this.
Yeah. This is what I do. I do like this. I'm like,
yeah.
Nice.
I think it was, what part was it? It was one part where it was so silent, and I went like this, just for me. I was just like, I was like, everybody.
Man, no, you know they got cameras. They got cameras in there. I want to see like the first showing of the movie and see from the opposite side and be looking at everybody's faces in the green screen or the night light and looking at people fucking crying.
Yeah.
It's no tally. Let's get out of here, man.
It's another time. Before just before we get out of here though. So we gotta talk about the records. So Black Panther 2, it says the sequel demolished the record for November opening in North America, soaring past the previous high water mark, 158 million, set by 2013's Hunger Games: Catching Fire. Globally, the superhero adventure netted a spectacular $330 million, with 150 of that figure coming from 55 overseas markets.
And it didn't play in China.
And it didn't play in China.
And it did not play in China. We didn't need China's money
at all
for this at all.
So
for it to reach 300 million.
So what's crazy? So this is as of 7:41 a.m. this morning. Opening record $181 million domestically.
That's it.
Overall, worldwide, more than $600 million worldwide.
Already?
Wow. Yeah.
Bro, they're gonna break $1 billion.
Oh my God.
So next weekend, you usually the next weekend you probably make half that.
Yeah.
So that's another 300 million.
Dude, when I tell you it, first of all, the fact that me and my wife even found tickets is incredible because everything was sold out.
Bro, I bought my tickets the day they came out. Like the very first trailer came out. I bought my tickets. And as I'm buying them, the showing that was being listed was slowly selling out. And I was like, yo, we need to get all this. And I bought my ticket in August, bro.
Come on.
I bought my ticket in August.
Jeez. I should have, but I didn't. It's okay.
Yeah, no. The thing was, I was like, man, you know what? A week before or 2 weeks before the movie came out, I was like, let me make sure that I got my tickets because I do not want, and I'm make sure like I went to the right theater, just in case.
Nah, but hey, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna go ahead and get up out of here, man. I'd like to say thank you to all of our listeners out there. Everybody tuning in on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. We appreciate you guys. Love you guys. Continue to like, comment, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Make sure you also support us on Facebook Live for our Stars to Bars competition going down every single month. Whoever sends the most stars will get a prize from us, the Perfect Bounce Podcast crew. And make sure you are there this Friday for the Battle of the Sexes. Battle of the Sexes is going down. We want all of you there live on the Zoom, talking with us. We're gonna have a crazy good conversation. I already know. So make sure you're there. Make sure you stay locked in. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Perfect Bounce Podcast. This is a panel of brown people having good conversations over here. I'm your host, Big Rob. We also got another.
It is me, KG, aka Dr. Graves, no PhD. You know who we are. We came to drop bars.
Factual information. Chef had to leave a little early, but that's okay. He's all right. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all know we do this every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 5 p.m. Pacific time, 8 p.m. Eastern. We will see y'all next time, same time.